Hello and welcome to ET Garage. Today is the day I am going to give a test of Amsoil Octane Boost. Hopefully you guys see all that. And the way I'm going to do it is I am going to data log. Hopefully you guys can see that. Not too much glare. And record the knock counts. What I did is I just filled up with 87 octane. And no, that's not going to blow my motor up unless I go out beating on it. I should get knock counts with the 87 octane. I'll just get on it a little bit. I'm not going to sit there and floor it. The knock sensor will retard the timing when it detects it, so I'm not worried about blowing the motor up. It's a mild 383 if you don't know about my motor, so it's not like it's overstressed. And usually this time of year I actually run 89 octane up until it starts getting warm, like today and tomorrow it's supposed to start getting warm, and then I switch to 93 octane. But anyway, I put about just over 15 gallons of 87 in there. I'll let it run through the system, and that won't take long, and then record knock counts and all that good stuff, and hopefully get some good data. I'll probably do that for about 10 miles. Then I'm gonna dump in the octane boost. The octane boost actually says it's good, treats up to 15 gallons, and this is a 20-gallon tank. And it's supposed to increase the octane up to 4 numbers, and it says for off-road and racing use only. So hopefully I don't get busted for using octane boost, but by the EPA or whoever controls that, whoever controls octane boost additives. So I'm gonna get driving here and record some numbers, and when I get home I'll upload those numbers to Tuner Pro, and I'll display them on the video somewhere along the line here. So let me get going. Alrighty, I went for about 5 miles, drove about 5 miles, and then did a couple of mediocre pulls. Well, I guess you call them mediocre pulls, from like 30 miles an hour, and just the short ones, and I ended up generating right away 12 knock counts. I'll show that here real quick. But anyway, I'm gonna shut the motor off. I'm gonna stop data logging, shut the motor off, and then I'm gonna go down the interstate. I don't know, till for a little bit, make sure the octane boost gets mixed in there real good. I'll probably go about 15 miles, I think it is, to where I'm going to be getting off on a secondary road. It's about 15-20 miles. So I'll be getting off that, and once I get off there, I'll go ahead and start data logging again and see what kind of knock counts I get with the octane boost in. So hang tight. Alrighty, and I'm about 20 miles, 15-20 miles on the highway, and I forgot what it was, but I went about that distance, and I'm pretty sure I ran the octane boost through the system enough that I can start doing some more data logging. In fact, I can feel it, because while I was on the interstate, I rolled into it a little bit, and you could feel it's not pulling as much timing. It wasn't as sluggish with the 87 octane, where it's pulling a lot of timing and getting a lot of knock counts. So I'm going to start data logging again, going down one of my favorite twisty roads, and at some point I'll roll into it, and I'll probably should get some knock counts, because it boosts the number by 4 points, I put about 15 gallons of 87 in it. So figure this, I put about 15 gallons of 87, so that left about 5 gallons of 89 octane. The octane boosts about 4 points, so let's just say it boosted it to 91, but it only treats 15 gallons and it's a 20-gallon tank. So I'm gonna say, we'll just say 90 octane it took it to be honest. It probably would have been better if I drove 5 gallons of gas out of it and then added it, but for the purpose of this and things I got to do today, that's what I'm going to do. And knock counts will show pretty well what happens. So there'll still be knock counts. It'll be a lot less though. I'm not going to get as many as 12 knock counts like I did when I did those mild pulls before, and I got those knock counts really quick. So I'll see that in the data log. Let me change my battery, hook the data log back up, all that good stuff, and get going. Okay, I did some more data logging, and I ended up getting up to 9 knock counts. I'll display this all on screen when I get home. I had to work hard to get those knock counts, so it definitely made an improvement, but I'll go over that once I get home and we get on the computer at home, and I'll display all the data to you. So hold tight and we'll do that. Okay, here I am looking at Tuner Pro on my computer screen, and if you look here, you follow this line here, and you'll see here that's the amount of timing it pulled, and you look here, that is the number of knock counts. Now this is the pull I did right here. It only went up to about 3600 RPM or so. That's in the red, and green would be your the map reading, or manifold air pressure, and it's up there close to 90. Might be 90 where you can't see it there, because for whatever reason Tuner Pro doesn't show the number up here instead of showing it down here. I don't know. This here is the air temperature, if you're wondering about that. Now this was really didn't do too strong of a pull. What I did is sort of like eased into it, and that was on, like I said, 87 octane. Now I'll go ahead, close this out, and I'll open up the other data log, which actually I got skewed data on, but I can still demonstrate what it did. So just hold on here a second. Okay, if you look here, I got up to 8 knock counts, and I laid into it a lot harder, and you can see my air temperature is a little higher too. And even though I didn't go as high in RPM, I definitely went up, accelerated a lot harder. If you look right here on the map, on the load, as far as loading the map, I loaded it up quite a bit, and you can't read that up there. It kind of makes it harder, but it's definitely up there. And I only ended up getting 8 knock counts. I was really getting into it though. It doesn't show it here, but I got skewed data. So with that being said, it does make a difference, the octane booster. I'm going to go out in the garage and discuss the octane booster and my thoughts on it. I can't say this is my favorite octane booster. I've used another brand, which I'll show you here in a minute, that I feel works better. And I'll go over the reasons why here in a minute. So let me end this screen recording here and we'll go out in the garage. Okay, I'll give my final thoughts on this. I have to say Amsoil is not my favorite octane booster. And the reason is because if you look on the back, it says it treats up to 15 gallons. I have a 20-gallon tank. And so yeah, I don't want to fill up just 3/4 a tank every time I go to the gas pump, and I'm going to want to use octane booster. I want the tank full. That being said, you don't really need octane booster. I mean, especially stock C4. In fact, I'll read the manual right here, the owner's manual, what it says. Okay, it says for premium is at least 91 or at least 89 for middle grade and 87 for regular. If the octane is less than 87, you may get heavy knocking noise when you drive. If it's bad, it can damage your engine. If you're using 91 or higher octane line gas and you still get heavy knocking, your car needs service. Don't worry if you get a little pinging noise when you're accelerating or going uphill. That's normal. It's the heavy constant knock that means you have a problem. And it goes on about other things about the fuel and stuff like that. But I always thought I always got a little kick out of it. It says a little pinging's okay, and I kind of agree with that. It's, in fact, when I was doing these tests, I got a little pinging, and I'm not worried about that. I've had plenty of motors that under load will get plenty of pinging, especially old carbureted motors where they didn't have a knock sensor and they didn't retard the timing and all that stuff. That being said, when this motor was stock, I used to just run 89 octane all the time, and then in cooler weather I'd run 87. With my 383 the way it is now, I run 93 in the summer, and I'll go as low as 89 in the winter. As far as octane boost, I have to say I like the Lucas better than the Amsoil. And one of the reasons is it treats up to 25 gallons. Also, if you're worried about the octane police, this is not street legal, just like the Amsoil. So something to keep in mind. I think that actually has to do with California, is more than anything. You know, their regulations and stuff. But I'm not going to go into that. That's just my thoughts on it. If I have the choice between an Amsoil and Lucas, I'll go with the Lucas. And the truth is, you don't really need the octane boost, you know, for most motors. If you're running power adders, and you're going to be doing some heavy racing where you're really getting into it, or the tune ain't set up for it, then you either got to get racing fuel or add octane boost, especially if you're running like nitrous oxide. For a mild street tune or your stock motor, just get the pump gas. You're not going to save any money by getting lower octane gas and using the octane boost. If you do, it'll be a couple of bucks and that's it. So I'm going to end this video here. I hope it was helpful, if not informative, and I want everybody to have a great day, and God bless.